Hi guys! Today we are working on the roof. Last time we were working on the floor, so right now we are switching floor for the roof and we'll be installing the roof vent. It's a Fiamma Turbo, so we had to learn a few things before we are even gonna start, because we're gonna cut a hole in the roof.
The vent has actually two parts. This is the top one. It opens and it sucks or blows air. And this is the second, this is the bottom part, which is attached from the inside. The top one is attached from the outside, from the top. And this has all the knobs and the opening for the window at the top. These two parts need to be attached through the roof, but it also needs to be a little bit thicker than the roof itself. So we did make this wooden frame, which acts as an inside part of a sandwich between top and bottom part of the vent. Screws and a little bit of a glue for this to hold. It's 3x4 and this one connects like this, and here goes the bottom part.
Okay, so what we need to do on the roof is actually fill in the spots which doesn't have these ridges, because our roof is not flat. So we have like, you know, like this. The roof vent is gonna go on top of these things. So we have all this place to fill in. So we were thinking, what should we do it with? We saw people fill it in with cut pieces of PVC windows, but we don't have that available. So we actually found some flat PVC elements in the hardware store. Something like this. It's 3mm 3mm thick, and we're gonna use two of them in here to fill this spot, and then use the butyl tape. It's a butyl tape that is gonna attach much better to the vent itself. And of course we're gonna use a lot of silicone, but we had to figure it out because each van has a different roof. Some are flat, our is not, and in some places you can cut it actually without having to do what we need to do, but it's not the case. We just need to have the roof vent in that specific spot. That's why. End of the lesson. Look at our assistant. He's chilling. Oh. We have pieces like this, and they are 3mm thick, and it's too thin for us, so we need to glue them together. And we are using our favorite Sikaflex to do that. And that's it. So we glued these pieces together and we'll wait for the Sikaflex to harden. Something like this. I caught a mosquito, but it flew away. I was hoping it's dead, but it's not. They are eating us. It bit me here. Huh? Can you see? Itchiest. Okay, so what we are doing here. We actually drew basically where we're gonna cut the hole, and first we're gonna drill holes in here big enough so that the blade for cutting metal it's gonna fit in from the top. So we're gonna drill the holes and then just cut straight lines between these holes. So that's why we measured, because we want to have this vent in the middle, and in this section, though we have like panels here, they look more like they are prepared for cutting, but for us this is the middle of our build, and we're gonna have kitchen here, and we're gonna have our makeshift shower setup probably here in the middle, so that's why it makes more sense for us to just have it here.
We actually drew second smaller rectangle here just for me to practice how the jigsaw works. It will take some time. Noobs in action. In order to drill with this big of a drill, you need to drill with this small of a drill first. And it takes like 5 amount less time and force to do it. Just like this. Very hot pieces of metal on fingers. Wear gloves. Gloves? Glasses! And now you drill the bigger hole with the bigger drill. The whole point of this is to for the blade of the jigsaw to fit. So just checking, and it fits. I'm really glad that we made a test run, because even if I'm really surprised that the line is straight, we have this hole, then a straight line and a hole. And I don't want to have this roundness around the corners. So now I will test the cut that I will go from the hole to the line that I drew, and then come back to the edge. If I can do that, we can make a final run. Safety first. Okay, so I can make this cut. I'm quite confident that I can handle the final cut. Final holes. Hot metal on face. So we have this frame, we have 4 holes which are drilled a little bit off the edge of this. This is the same size as the vent itself, so we will mark the places to cut with the jigsaw and then cut straight lines.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So now that we see it, I think we only needed 2 holes in here, this one and this one, because we can access clean cuts from these sides, but thanks to 4 of them, we could actually measure from the top quite easily where the hole should go. So some people just, you know, measure from the top from the beginning, but we measured from the inside, so we can see from the inside where it's gonna go. So yeah, then we're gonna cut the remaining 2. Well, I'm gonna record, Marcin's gonna cut, so...
Tip from a tutorial that I watched. The cord, you can have it here and then it is clear on the surface. We have a hole in a roof! That was an inside job. We had a friend. How do you feel?
Great.
Weird.
Wow.
Okay, so the last part is to cut out these pieces. This one and this one. Yeah, you actually can see the difference. That was the first cut that I did. I was afraid to turn. This was the second one, this was the third one, and this narrow was the fourth one.
But we need to say, this is very clean looking. This is so straight. I'm proud of you. Hi.
And now, most satisfying part. Not so satisfying. Okay, time for the test. Yeah! Whoa! Really tight. Couldn't imagine it being so perfect. Really. I had a lot of nightmares about this. It was a very tight fit here, in this spot and this spot, so I am using metal file to just scrape a little bit of metal, because I want to put hammerite paint here and I don't want it to get damaged when I get the fan inside. It's a terrible noise with it. Terrible noise. Okay, so let's try again. Better. Cool, this part is done. What are you doing?
I'm gluing the PVC elements. That will be our base, so that the level is the same for the fan.
How was it?
Great. I love it. It's much better than the glue. It's a sealant and it's much nicer to work with.
Much easier, right?
Yeah.
What are we doing right now?
We are putting the butyl tape on top of this PVC frame that we did. because the butyl will go into the plastic base of the fan. So it's another sealant, let's say.
We decided to put Sikaflex sealant inside of our little PVC build, just to make sure if any water gets in from the outside, it will also be sealed there. Just double protection. It fits.
So we are back on the roof. We are having the mic here because, you know, it's much louder today around. What we did yesterday, we finished up with putting the vent inside, as you can see. We did it off screen because it was getting late and we were getting more frustrated. We had a success with cutting the hole, but later it was quite tricky with all the silicone and everything. We've put the vent in and then we screwed it through the roof to the wooden frame on the ceiling. So I had to go down and hold the wooden frame, and Marcin was screwing from the top. So we attached it like a sandwich, basically. Then we've put a lot of silicone everywhere so that it's sealed. It's not the cleanest job and we are not completely satisfied with the result. It was getting dark and everything, but we're gonna clean it up a little bit in the next step and maybe do one more layer. We just need to see if there's any place that could leak in any way and just fill it in. But for now it looks quite secure, at least. So yes, the last step for this vent is to put the bottom part from the inside of the van, and it just needs 4 screws. So we're gonna do it and it's gonna be done.
I'm preparing cables for the vent attachment, and I'm sure before doing electrical I will need some tools to cut the ends, because it's quite tricky right now. But hey, here we have only 2, plus minus, and the top vent to the bottom vent, plus minus also, so it's quite easy. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Yeah. Thank you for watching and staying with us all this journey. Subscribe for the next videos. See you soon. Bye.
Okay, so what we need to do with the roof is actually fill in
how it looks. It works. I mean, it's not connected, but it works. It opens.
Yes. We don't know if it works yet because we have no electricity, but we have a cable.